get it scored. Now I've already scored this card, and the reason you're seeing the edges rounded is because I have used my corner rounder and went and rounded those, and I rounded them also on all four edges of the inside. You don't have to do that. That's totally optional. One little tip that I would like to show you when you're actually folding the back part of your card, and for me it's because I've rounded my corners. Sometimes just if you go ahead and put it on your score pal or whatever and score it, it might not come out exactly right when you fold it. So I'm going to move this over a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I like to butt it up against the edge of, and again I apologize because I'm doing this backwards, but I like to butt it up against the edge of my score pal, and then go ahead and fold that top section down and look at it and try to get those rounded corners even, and then hold it with my fingers, come out like so before I do my scoring, and that way you're going to get a much neater score and edge so that it's matching. So that's just a little tip there for you. Okay, so now I need to take I'm going to take my mat out of my score pal real quick here so that I can have my my place to score. And when you do these word, and it is going to be hard to see, when you do the word cards, the only three places that you're scoring, and I am actually going to put this on here so you can see what I'm doing. If I have that underneath there, you can maybe see a little bit better. So here's my word, Alexis. You'll see right here I have the word Alexis. And the only places that you're going to score, no matter what word or two words that you have, is going to be the right here along the edge of this top part, which is the actual edge of the pop tab, and then the next place is going to be at the very bottom of your letters. So all along the bottom of your letters you're going to be doing a fold, and then you're going to be scoring and folding right there at the top of your letters. And of course, like see on that L, you wouldn't know what the top of the letter was, or the E, or the X or the I, but from the S and from the A, you can easily figure out where your score line should be. So I like to, first of all, you've got two mountain folds and two valley folds and one mountain fold. The mountain fold will turn over and do that, because that's going to be right there at the top of the letters. But the valley folds I'm going to do first, and usually I just try to find a place on my score pal, right here in the where there's a line sort of by itself, and then what I do is I butt my card up against the edge right there so it stays straight, and then what I'm doing is I'm looking in here and seeing where the actual top of that tab is right there, and I'm just looking all along to see when I push it down, is it gonna where it's gonna be at. And so then I just take my score tool, and of course you'll see me I'm going backwards. I go ahead and just score that. Usually I just go over it one more time. This is pretty thick paper, so it really it's not bad as far as like to fold. And then I just move it over so that I'm now at the bottom of these letters, and I'm going to just line it up. I'll line it up again with that middle part. I'm just going to line that up and take my score tool and score right there at the bottom of all of those. So those are my two folds there. Okay, and I like to go ahead and just fold those up. Those are, like I said, going to be valley folds. So let me put this back in here so that you can see what I'm doing. Pull that up here. So I like to take another ruler of some kind so that it has a really sharp, straight edge. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that fold. And so I'm just looking and just laying that ruler right there along the edge of where I've already made that score line. And then I'm just going to take my hand and just sort of push up like that on that edge. And then I can take it, turn it around like this, and then I can just sort of slowly, you know, sort of push each little letter where it needs to be. And then you can take your bone folder and just go along the edge to make that really, really crisp. And now I've already got my and that's, like I said, it's a valley fold, because a valley fold, when you're looking at it, is like a V, so it's like going down into a valley, okay? And so then I've got another valley fold right here at the edge here. So again, I take my straight edge, really sharp ruler, lay it right along the edge of that line, and then just take my finger and go up along the edge of there to get it started, and then just go ahead and fold it down, turn it over, and again just push the little letters, and like this S and that E and the L doesn't have much right there on the end, so just really crisp that up, really push that down really good to get that. So now I've got my two valley folds for the Lexus name. Now, only other place that I need to score is going to be the mountain fold. And so I'm going to turn that, now I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to push it up close to the edge of my score pal so I can see. And what I'm looking for is the top of the letter. So you'll have letters like the I, you couldn't tell where the top was, the X, the E, the L. But usually you're going to have some letters where you can tell where the top of your word is. So I'm sort of paying attention to the A right there, and then coming down here to the S. And so once I've got that lined up, the S and the A, then I can come all the way across like so and score. And I'm just doing it one more time. And again, it depends on how I had to do it twice because this particular paper is just a little bit harder, stiffer. And so then once you get that done, then you can bring back in on the wrong side your straight edge ruler that's really sharp, and you can, I know y'all can't see it, but I can see where that little the score line is, and I just sort of put it right up against that little score line, and then using my fingers again, I'm just pushing up, going up underneath and pushing up on each letter, you know, gently, and just to get that sort of started there, okay? And then I'm just going to fold that like so in half, and right there, I'm right there at the top. See, I'm at the top of the letters, and I'm just sort of finger pressing those down like so. And then once I get them finger pressed down, lay it down like so, then I can take my bone folder and go back along there and really get that really, really smooth, that edge. And so now I've got all of my folds done, and you can see that it smushes up like so really, really easily to fold like inside of the card there, see? And then you can sort of see the Alexis and how it's bent. Of course, you'll be able to see it a lot better once we get it inside the card. So now we've got to put it onto our base. And so I'm going to bring in this little part here, and then, you know, if you've went ahead and stamped the top part, you just have to pay attention before you start gluing which is the top part, because of course I would want it like so, and to see when she opens it, to see her name, see Alexis, to see it, and then it would close like so. So that's how I know it's supposed to go. And so I like to do the top part of this first, and I'm going to bring my score pal down because I like to use the edge of this to get it straight. So I'm just going to move this, just sort of slide that out of the way, keeping it where the way it's supposed to go, just so I can turn this over, you know, to get my glue on here. And then I'm going to take my my glue, and I'm just going to come along here like so, and I'm gluing this whole top part, and that's why I like to use this big glue runner. And then you can take a smaller glue runner and look at it and see if you've got it pretty close to that edge right there. And I need to get a little closer to that edge, so I'm just going to take some of this and just put it along that edge like that. So then I'm just going to turn it back over to where it's facing the right way, and then just check again, make sure that's the top of my card, and bring this over here into the corner. And if you have a score pal, this really helps to be able to get it straight, because these should be very close to the same size. And the first thing I do is just sort of stick it right there at the top, and I am not down over top of it, so it's sort of hard for me to see. But I'm just sort of eyeballing the sides, because like I said, I may not have punched it or cropped it exactly right on the corner things, but then just sort of start finger pressing it from the top down. And like I said, we've just adhered this area. We don't glue the letters. And then if I was to lay this, I want you to see this. If I was to lay this down completely flat like so, you see how it's gonna go exactly on the card just like that. These are both actually the same size. It's just that when that's glued on, and because when this comes up, is the reason that looks like it's popping out. So now I need to get that bottom glued on, and so what I do is I just sort of move this out of the way so I can sort of see, and then I'm going to glue all of these edges right here. And like I said, I'm not getting close to the letters. I'm just doing along the edges of this window. Like I said, I like to leave the window open so it gives you got a place to write. And now this is probably the trickiest part, because you don't want to just sort of smash it down all of a sudden. So I like to sort of just like hold it like so. And I know I'm upside down, but I have to actually be upside down to be able to see where I'm going. So I just sort of hold it just sort of like so, and you can even turn it. You can even have, you know, put it back up against your score pal if you want to, because that is going to hold it real steady. And let me move up so you can see that. So that's going to hold that real steady. And I know I'm upside down for you. And then I'm just going to sort of push that up against the score pal so I know that that's flat, and it's on the side. And then I'm just going to sort of like eyeball to make sure the sides look like they're in the center. And then I push this part down first, and then just go down the sides a little bit at a time until I get down here to the bottom, and then I do that bottom last, okay, like so. And so then basically my card's done. I mean, I've already did the folds, you know, and creased them pretty well, so it's already ready to be closed and to be opened up. And you can see when I open it how it says Alexis. And if I turn it to the side, let's see, like so, you can see how it sort of pops up. I know it's very hard to see that. And that's basically all you have to do. And that's how you make those word cards. Very easy. So I hope that sort of helped you a little bit, and so that you know how to fold and how to put the card together. And I would love to see some pictures of some word cards that you've made. Have fun.